Chris here, thanks for joining me. We are back to normal service. Normal service has resumed. No more quick builds. That Honda Civic, that was a very quick build. It's been about 2 weeks since I finished that. So it's just been nice to have that a little bit of a break from the desk, because the last couple of weeks running up to Christmas, it's been manic at work. So yeah, I just wanted that quick build, get some boxed off, appease the appetite as such, and then just have a couple of weeks just to relax at home at night after the madness at work. So yes, with this project, the Aoshima Grand Champion Nissan Cedric. This is going to be build 99, as you can see there on the side. Grand Champion series, series of custom cars in styles reminiscent of the 80s. Comes with a few optional aero extras, such as a style I really like. I've done it on the Hakasuka both times, done it on the Kenmeri, I've been doing it on the third Hakasuka, I've been doing it on the second Kenmeri, I've been doing it on this, the slanted headlights. I really do like that look. I just think it gives it something a bit different, and yeah, I really do like it. So yeah, this is I'm not sure how old the kit is, this Nissan Cedric. I'm not too sure at all, but I know it's old enough to have a battery pack. So there we are, look, the battery, get this light on, this battery pack. Obviously we won't be putting any batteries in it, it won't be motorised, but we do need that battery pack because the dashboard actually sits on top of it. But we've got a few bits there. I'm obviously going to go completely box stock with this. It's not going to be a quick build as such, as in 5 to 7 days. It's probably take a couple of, maybe a few weeks. But the only thing I'll probably change out is the exhaust tip. Because I've had a quick look through the instructions, and I'm not sure where it's gone now actually. But there is, it's not on there. Not sure what that is, might be a spacer, I'm not sure. But yeah, I mean, there's quite a few parts. I mean, with this, you've got speakers, you've got a dash, you've got the seat. There is another couple of seats. You've got some seats you have to assemble, the back bench seats. I'm not sure if those pin marks are meant to be in them. I'm not sure, we'll have to look into that. But I'm just going to basically go through the booklet and see what I can take out off the sprue tree, sorry, and get them cleaned up, ready to go. Door cards. I'm not sure of what colour I'm going to do the interior as of yet, but I do know I will be doing the body in Dr. Pepper. For those that I'm not sure, Dr. Pepper was in fact the first colour that ProScale Paint sent out, so many thanks for that. And I actually built the Aoshima Rocket Bunny GT86, but it's an absolute stunning colour. Need I say more? And yes, I did go out and buy a bottle of Dr. Pepper, and yes, I did colour match check it, and yes, I was amazed at just how good of a colour match it was. So if you want to get your hands on that, ProScale Paints, I think they even do Coca-Cola, so if you've got one of these AMT Coca-Cola trucks, you've got things like that. So, but yeah, anyway, check out ProScale Paints. They've got a whole range of paints, colours and all sorts. And don't forget to use, you can use KBC5 to get 5% off your order. So anyway, I'm going to, the body, I'm going to start on this first. Let me just get it. So we will be getting rid of this. Unsure on the indicators, possibly. I'm not sure on these little sharky fins. There is a few mould lines to tidy up around here. Look, you can see it's a bit jagged in the light reflection. Look, yeah, we're going to get rid of that. We'll smooth that out. I might, if I'm feeling brave enough, I might try and open these grills, vents. So yeah, unsure whether to keep those on. That will be going. Door handles, I'm 50-50. That'll be going. This will be going. On the back, again, there's quite the mould line goes across there to tidy up, and then you've got some emblems there that need to be moving. Just a bit of a general tidy up, really. I'm also going to. We've got a spoiler. Excuse the wrinkly hands. I've just not long washed the dishes. So with this spoiler, I'm going to drill some holes and glue some rods in, and then drill the holes in the back of the body so it could just slot in instead of, you know, trying to. Ooh. I'm going to do all that before any paint goes down at all, just so we can tidy up any mistakes. So yeah, there we have it. That's the next project. Grand Champion Nissan Cedric. Let's get going. Right, we're back after what feels like a bit of an eternity with the Christmas holidays break, New Year's and whatnot. I think it's been about almost, I don't know, 2.5 weeks since I've touched anything, recorded anything. I did a little bit of painting here and there since the first clip of this video, which obviously in this video is about a fraction of a second gap, but yeah, it's been about 2.5 weeks since I last recorded anything to put in this video. So yeah, since the last video clip, sorry, it was just the bare plastic. I was going to go with Dr Pepper Red, but I think, I don't know, a mixture of bad weather condition, the cold got to it, and maybe me rushing it and getting too heavy in places. I had a couple of bad reactions, had to strip it. So I went with this Midnight Purple once I'd repainted it, and see, it's all 2K'd. It has got some dirt, there is a bit of orange peel in there, not bothered about that, that'll soon polish out. This was 2K'd 4, maybe 5 days ago, but the colour is just, let me get this. See, look, the colour is awesome. It's a beautiful colour, and I think it really suits the Cedric. It's going to have some chrome details. For example, you know, we're going to have we can zoom in and focus the handles, obviously the window trim. We're going to have the surrounds of the headlights. So there's going to be a few chrome detaily bits. The spoiler, we've got the spoiler. I've actually the spoiler, I've put some pins in, locating pins, make it easier to. Yes, and there is 2 on each, because the first lot was too far back. But once the spoiler's on, you're not going to be able to see them because it covers it up. The next bit, I didn't go with a standard rear light fitting. I went with this kind of Kaido racer style, sort of Bozoku style, with some cherry rear lights. Colour match to the body. Then we've got the front spoiler. Front lip is going to sit under there. Obviously the wing mirrors as well. So yeah, it's that's the body sorted. So next it's just really working on the interior, working on the chassis. Don't really know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I am about to sit down and get it all primed up, and then really I can go from there. So yeah, that's it for this video on the bodywork for now. Again, it will be polished up in a few more days, but that'll be in a separate video later down the line. So the next one, yeah, we'll be looking at the interior and chassis. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one. So take care of yourselves, all the best, thanks. Alright, so as you can see, I've been a busy bunny. I've got all the interior, I've got all the chassis bits, primed them all up together. I was going to do separate videos, I'm still not sure. I might just chuck it all into one. So this may be video part 2. This may be part of the full build. I think the first what I've recorded so far was about 10 minutes, which, you know, it's a bit shorter than normal. I don't know if I'm going to be doing much to the chassis work. I mean, the interior, these back seats, just get in focus, come on. They're just gonna, it's all in surface of black, but you've got things like the parcel shelf. I may, why am I not focusing? I may flock it or texture paint it. The dashboard is going to stay as it is, apart from obviously all the dials and stuff. I'll detail them up. I've got the little dials to do for the speedos. You've got some grill bits, headlight housings, speakers. So I think pretty much whatever's left in there is going to be detailing with a brush. Again, you've got these chassis parts, like this subframe as such. I think a lot of them are just going to stay surface of black, to be honest. But we do have the steering wheel. I might just detail that up with a brush. And down on this side, I've got everything that needs to be chromed. So, you know, I've got the bumpers, the exhausts, the intercooler, external oil cooler, and then the wheels. So the wheels, what I'm going to do, all these parts here, I'm about to put down some gloss black ready for chrome. But as for the wheels, I'm going to gloss black them. Excuse the thing, I've just been preparing tea, by the way, so I had wet hands, hence why they look a bit shriveled on the tips. Anyway, so back to the wheels. I'm going to gloss black them, and once glossed, I'm going to liquid mask the barrel to paint the spokes gold, and then once they're dried, liquid mask the gold spokes to paint the chrome on the barrel. So yeah, it's going to be quite a speedy bit, this, I think. The interior, the chassis plate, that's Mr. Surfacer Prime just in there, where there's going to be all the seats, and I need to do the flocking. The underneath, I'm going to be honest, probably not going to touch it, because once it's sat on the table, once it's sat in a display case, you're not going to see it. So I'm not going to stress about that too much. I'd rather focus on the bodywork and try and make that look as nice as possible, and then do some bit of work in the interior. Again, I'm not too worried about the chassis. Some of my favourite builds have been just primed chassis, or even no paint at all, apart from the exhaust. So anyway, enough waffling. I'm going to go and get some black down on these. Right, so another little update. Just in the process of wet sanding and polishing. I've only wet sanded it so far, but I'm not overly that happy with my work so far. And I've got a bit of ghosting as such there because of that raised bit. What else have we got? Yep, burnt through the bottom sill there. I don't mind the handles, because the handles are going to be chromed up anyway. But without any of this colour left, I don't know how I'm going to fix that yet. But yeah, it's just been wet sanded using Godin sponges, 4000, 6, 8 and then 10,000. There's quite a lot of ghosting over on the bonnet as well. But again, it's these high ridges, you know, and you've got like these chrome fins as such on the front of there, and I've actually sanded one sanded pretty lower than the other, and again, I'm not overly happy with the job. I mean, I have just wiped it as well, by the way, so it looks a bit rough, but I've just rinsed it, wiped it. I'm going to give it a good machine polish. I've got some small zoom on polishing pads. But yeah, again, the handles, they're burnt through when I sand in. Not too bothered about that. But the rest of it, yeah, it's alright just for sanding, but yeah, I'm a bit annoyed that I've burnt through that bottom sill there. I'll have to see what I can do. See if I can, I don't know. I'm not sure. We'll get there. Anyway, I'm going to go off and get it polished up. So it's all polished up. 3 stages. A super swirl remover to get rid of as much ghosting of the edges of the high spots. Then I used the Meguiar's Scratch X on a medium pad, and then Meguiar's Ultimate Compound Polish on a fine pad. It's not perfect, but happy enough. Better than it was. You still see it's a bit wibbly wobbly next to the high spots, but overall, yeah, it's alright. It's not my greatest, not my finest. But the colour's nice. Let's get the... So yeah, it's all polished. Need to do some chrome trim and then we're putting it together. Right, as you can see, it's finished. Yeah, it's not that I haven't enjoyed the kit. There's nothing wrong with it really. Especially for an old battery motorised kit, it's pretty good. It's more just some of the issues I've faced along the way. Like, I mean, the biggest one was the paint, having to restrip the paint and then repaint it a complete different colour. Obviously, this moving out purple. Yeah, I kind of fell out of it with that. Yeah, and I wasn't really feeling it. But I don't like leaving unfinished builds. I've only done that once. But yeah, so I just cracked on with it. Obviously with the polishing, where I burnt through one of the sills, the fins, one's sanded lower than the other, completely by accident. When I was cutting the windows, I unfortunately ended up with a crack there. What else was there? I'm trying to think now. I did all the chrome work with the chrome pen. It's not very neat, but do you know what? It's just I didn't want to tape it all up and take it all off and then having to buff it all. It was bad enough getting hand fingerprints on it. Some of the glasses, there's like a unit stuck to the roof liner. And I think a bit of the glue haze has just got onto the window on the inside, unfortunately. I think the windows are kind of sagged a little bit. I think they've dropped a little bit, unfortunately. These lights in the front bumper, they've kind of like popped and or fallen out on the inside, but everything's all super glued in. I think the grills, I've got the grills in the wrong way around, I think, or upside down, I don't know. But otherwise, it's not a bad build. It's not a bad build by a long shot. I built terrible builds. It was just a build I wasn't feeling it. I was at the first, and then it just, after that, again, that paint strip, it just went downhill from there. But yeah, the undercarriage, very basic, chromed and just like a silver. I actually just did this bit gloss black and left that surfacer black, and that is the same chrome paint, but you got a chrome finish over the gloss black and then like a flat over the surfacer. Much preferred this rare light panel compared to the standard one. So that is it. My Cedric 330 painted midnight purple. Again, it's not a bad kit. It's really not. Optional extras, like I said, 3 sets of wheels. I can't remember the other 2. External oil cooler. Love an external oil cooler. The tubing, however, didn't come with the kit, unfortunately. That is something I had kicking about. What I did is, as you can see, I just drilled some holes into the headlight housing just to fed those hoses through, and then yeah, everything, it's all box stock, even the exhaust, which is odd for me because normally with the old kits they're normally like a solid or they look rubbish, but that looks alright. So, but yeah, that's finished. Thank you for watching along. Again, it's been a bit of a weird one, to the point I've not even really took many photos of it during the progress. I just wanted it finished and off the bench. I know it sounds sad to say that, but yeah, it's one of those builds. But yeah, it's done. Anyway, thank you very much again. I really appreciate it. Look after yourselves, and we'll see you on the next video. All the best.